Hey guys, it's Spring. If you're new to my channel, I make Let's Plays, and today we'll be playing Desperate Housewives. So, the story in this game is that you just moved to the most scandalous street in suburbia. You're the newest housewife on Wisteria Lane and control everything, from your personality and appearance to the look of your new home to whom you choose to befriend or backstab. You can interact with Susan, Bree, Lynette, Gabrielle, and Edie, while you uncover juicy secrets, dirty laundry, and the most shocking mystery of all, your own. So we'll start this game by creating our family. Welcome to Wisteria Lane. It's time to create your character and your family. We'll name her Hannah. And her last name will be Jones. Her husband's name will be James. And her son's name will be Tommy. So now we're gonna change her appearance. I think I like this one the best. Let's name her hairstyle. I think we'll go with this one, and her hair color will be this one. Her husband's appearance will be this one, and her son will look like that. So let's select the default clothing for a character. I think we'll go with this sweater and these jeans. There's also some outfits, but I'm happy with this one. Casual heels or casual dress shoes. I think we'll go with this one. So let's start playing. What song does Susan belt out at a karaoke bar? Oh, I think it's New York, New York. Yes, it is.
My name is Mary Alice Young. When I recall my time on Wisteria Lane, I think mostly of good things. Well-maintained lawns, and even better maintained housewives. Of course, there is another side to life on this idyllic street. A darker side. One that my friends and neighbors would do anything to cover up. While we all wish to be the person our neighbors envision us to be, there are always secrets we don't want our neighbors to know. Some are secrets in name only, out in the open for all the world to see, while others find that no matter how much they try to conceal the truth, somehow things always find a way to come back to the surface. As the most successful real estate broker in town, Edie Britt has always understood the importance of first impressions. A bad first impression can cause a prospective buyer to question their decision, while a strong impression will allow you to beat prospective buyers to the punch. However, first impressions can often be misleading. When Edie first met her new neighbors, She thought she had met the perfect family. But as Edie and everyone else in the neighborhood will soon find out, there's no such thing as the perfect family.
Welcome to Wisteria Lane. Now that you've created your family, the first thing you should try is moving.
So at the first we get this tutorial to how to play the game.
Well done. Now let's talk a bit about moving the camera. If you ever have a problem, excellent. With that, you are now free to explore your house in Wisteria Lane. As you do so, look for green question mark signs around the neighborhood. Clicking on these will give you helpful tips about the object or nearby area. Have fun! The television has two actions.
So it just basically tells you how to use an object in your house.
To turn your stereo on, click the turn on action.
Okay, so let's go open the door. I think someone's knocking.
Your first alert. Whenever you receive a goal, primary goals appear inside your goals tab in blue. Secondary. Hello, I'm Edie. You are now involved in a conversation. To progress through a conversation, hover over one of the icons in the center of the screen to see what your dialogue options are, and then click on the line that you want to say. But choose carefully. What you say will have an impact on the flow of the conversation.
Okay, so we can choose between different options of what to say. Like, hello Edie, what can I do for you? Edie, breathe right, please call me Hannah. What do you want? Will be nice.
Okay. As Fairview's #1 real estate broker for 2 years running, I feel it's my obligation to show you around your new house. Do you mind if I come in?
Well, she actually just came in already. So make yourself at home.
Thanks. Now let me give you a little dirt on this place.
Sometimes people have a lot to say. In those instances, a continue button will appear in the middle of the screen instead of the face emoticons you typically see. Click continue to hear more of what the other person has to say.
This house was actually built on an ancient Indian burial ground.
Oh, how exciting. I love a house with an interesting past.
Wow, I didn't think you'd be excited about that. You're kind of weird, you know that? Fortunately, I was just kidding. Besides, do you think I'd really tell you if it was? What kind of a saleswoman would I be? There have been a few newsworthy events on this street, however.
You're just pulling my leg again, aren't you? What do you mean by newsworthy? Cut the crap, Edie. What do you mean by newsworthy?
Moving on.
Oh, so she just moves on with the conversation without telling us anything.
This is some nice furniture you have in here. Wow, nice big TV.
Really? I always thought that it was sort of small. Hey, wait a minute. She was actually making fun of our TV.
That I have an appointment I need to get to. Houses don't sell themselves, you know. Believe me, I wish they did sometimes. Anyway, if you need anything, call me on my cell. Here's the number.
At the end of a conversation, an exit button will appear in the lower center of the screen instead of standard dialogue options. Click exit to leave the conversation.
Thanks, you certainly are the most unique person I've met so far, and by unique I mean overbearingly obnoxious. Thank you, Edie. It was a pleasure meeting you in person. The picture on the business card doesn't do you justice. Bye, Edie. It's been real interesting meeting you. It's been interesting meeting her.
The map button shows you where everyone lives on Wisteria
So
Lane
there's
and
our
allows you to
map
move around the neighborhood more easily.
of
If
the
you click
Wisteria
somewhere on
Lane.
the map, you will walk to that location. If you double-click on a house on the map, you'll move to that home immediately. Use the map to save time while moving around the neighborhood. Your cell phone lets you call and receive calls from people. To make a call, select a name and then click the send button. Your needs button helps keep track of how well you're taking care of your character. The 4 needs of your character are composure, happiness, social, and appearance. Click on various objects to see which actions will fulfill which needs. Your home panel shows you the status of your home and family. This panel is also where you can see how much money is in your budget and customize your home.
So we can see our relationship with the husband and son, and it's pretty low. I mean, friendship is at level 33%, respect 2. It's the same with my husband, so we should work on that.
Your relationship button shows you your current relationship with everyone else on Wisteria Lane. The green bar represents friendship, The blue bar represents respect. Increase your relationships by talking to people and helping them through tough situations.
So another visitor. You've been on Wisteria Lane for only a little while, but you already seem to be pretty popular with the ladies in the neighborhood. See who's knocking at your door this time. So let's answer the door again. See who it is this time.
Hello.
It's
I'm
Bree.
Vandekamp.
Hello, Bree. Won't you please come in?
Well, aren't you a dear? I would, but I'm having coffee with the other wives right now. In fact, the reason I came over was to see if you wanted to join us.
I would be delighted to join you, Bree. Which house is yours?
Just go across the street and to the left. It's the big blue house with brick on the bottom and the immaculate garden. You can't miss it.
Okay, I'll be right over.
Excellent. See you soon.
Before you head over to the
If you're
Vandekamp
ever
house,
unsure
make
of
sure
where
to
go,
check your mail.
Follow the blue compass arrow at your feet and it will guide you to where you need to go next in order to progress with your goals.
The flag on your mailbox is up, which means there's something waiting for you there in your mailbox. Click on the mailbox and select Click Check Mail to see what it is.
You've just acquired an object. To look at it, click on the flashing inventory button, represented by a purse, in the lower left corner of the screen. Your inventory button indicated
There's
by
a letter
purse
marked
is
EB.
where
This is an
everything you pick
envelope
up
with
will
no
be
address on
stored.
it and the
If
initials
item can
EB
be used
scrawled on the front.
immediately,
It looks
a
like there's
use
something
button will
inside.
appear beneath it in your
So let's open
inventory.
it.
Simply
There's
click on
an
that button to
unmarked
use
pill
the
bottle.
item.
This bottle of medication came from inside the envelope marked EB. You had better hold on to them until you figure out who EB is. I think it stands for Edie Breed. I mean, it's her initials. So we'll go to the Vandekamp house now.
In the upper left corner of the
We'll
screen is
speed
the
it up
current time
a
of
little
day
bit so it don't take so much time walking to the house.
Hi, glad you could make it. And look at you, all dolled up for a girls' night out.
Thanks. After spending all day getting the house ready, I decided to freshen up a bit. Remind me not to move again. It's a lot of work.
Why don't you make yourself at home? Everyone is excited to meet the new girl on Wisteria Lane.
I'm glad you invited me, Bree. Hey, what do you say we skip the meet and greet part of the evening and get right to the juicy gossip? Or I think I'll do just that. I can't wait to meet everyone. So you can either skip talking to everyone and get to the juicy gossip, or you can get to know Susan. I see Lynette and Gabby there. So I think we'll just get to meet them better. Maybe we can talk to Bree some more, get to know
Why
her.
don't you make yourself at home? Everyone is excited to meet the new girl on Wisteria Lane.
Okay, we can't figure out or learn more about her right now.
Hello. So nice to meet you. I'm Susan Mayer.
Hey Susie, why don't you tell me a little about yourself? Are you married? Do you have children?
Oh, I'm not married anymore. Just call me Susan.
What happened? Was it a messy divorce or did he die or something? Oh, I'm so sorry, Susan. What happened to your husband? Not married anymore? I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?
No, it's okay. Just the standard happy marriage turned bitter divorce. At least I got something good out of it. My daughter Julie. One day, I found out that my ex, Carl, was cheating on me with his secretary. So I did the only sensible thing. I kicked him out. Or he left. Depends on who tells the story, I guess.
I'm glad you got yourself and your daughter away from him. What a bastard.
Well, I'm completely over him now. I can concentrate more on my children's books this way, too. So, tell me about yourself. What does your husband do?
James works at the Fairview Health Center as a doctor.
Really? I dated a doctor not that long ago. Dr. Ron. Didn't really end that well, though. See, the thing is, I had just remarried my ex-husband for health insurance purposes, and I tried to protect Dr. Ron's feelings by not telling him. But for some reason, he didn't get that I was just looking out for him.
I really don't feel like it is my place to comment. It sounds to me like trust was the issue, he had the right to be mad. Your doctor friend was being ignorant, you were obviously trying to keep him out of trouble. Plausible deniability. Yeah, she was trying to keep him out of trouble.
You're right. I need to stop beating myself up over it. I had better let you get around to the other gals. But thanks for listening. I appreciate it.
Anytime, Susan. Maybe let's go talk to Lynette next, and then to Gabby.
Howdy, neighbor. Welcome to the neighborhood. I'm Lynette Scavo.
I'm Hannah Jones. Nice to meet you.
Let me do a little preemptive strike here and apologize in advance for anything my brood might do to you or your house. They are amazing kids, but you know how it is? Sometimes they just get a little out of hand, especially when the three boys get together.
Thanks, I'll be sure to lock my doors from now on. Lynette, your children frighten me, and I haven't even met them yet. Is that what you were going for? Wow, they must be really wild to need an introduction like that. Is that what you were going for?
I find it's better to prepare the uninitiated for the worst. My twins sometimes act like they just escaped from a zoo, and my oldest just follows along on their adventures.
My son had his share of adventures, but in the end he learned from the lessons my husband handed down on his behind. I bet you and your husband's hands are sore from all the spanking you have to do. Boys will be boys, right?
When you work in advertising, you find all sorts of creative ways to deal with bad behavior. Tom and I found ways to handle them without resorting to spanking.
So, do you and your husband both work?
Oh, yes. We traded staying home with the kids for the first couple of years, but now we found a way for both of us to work and spend time with the kids.
I don't know, work can be rewarding and all, but nothing seems as rewarding raising a child and keeping a home.
Excuse me? I was a stay-at-home mother for 5 years. I'm a great mother, and I couldn't love my kids any more than I do.
I'm sorry, Nate. I think you misunderstood me. I didn't mean to imply you weren't a good mother. I was just sharing my opinion. You know what, Lynette? You're right, being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job.
In that case, I think we understand each other.
Oh. I didn't think she would
Hello,
understand it that
I'm
way.
Gabrielle Solis, but you can call me Gabby.
I wanted her to like us. Hello, Gabby. I have to say, the dress you are wearing is absolutely stunning.
This whole thing, it's nothing special. Stella gave it to me years ago, but around here, it's practically haute couture.
Stella Sifonte from down the street? How did you manage that?
Well, I don't want to be immodest, but I was
Is
actually
it
an
Stella
incredibly
Sifonte,
successful fashion
maybe?
model before I married Carlos and moved to Fairview.
This car must have been so meant to be able to pull you away from a life like that.
So, what does your husband do?
James works at Fairview Health Center. He's a doctor there.
A doctor. I guess we know that you're well taken care of. We should go shopping sometime. I know all the best places around here.
Absolutely, I would love to go shopping with you. I love buying new clothes.
You sound like a woman after my own heart. We're going to get along fine. It's been a real pleasure talking to you. Stop by my place anytime, neighbor.
Now that we've gotten all the formal introductions out of the way, why don't you tell us a little more about yourself?
My husband and my son had just moved into town not too long ago. I came over because I wanted to meet my new neighbors. As I told some of you already, my husband James is a doctor at the Fairview Health Center. We have a son together, Tommy, and we're looking forward to life in Fairview. Oh, there isn't much to say really. My family and I just moved into town and are getting ourselves acclimated to life on Wisteria Lane.
Oh, how nice. And how long have you and your husband been together?
About 20 years or so, I think.
Hello? You're a woman. Shouldn't that number be etched in your mind somewhere?
I wish I could tell you all more, but I honestly can't remember that far back.
That's a very strange thing to say.
I'll say. Just what do you mean by that?
I mean just what I said, I can remember. There was a tragic accident about 20 years ago that ruined the better part of my memory. I was forced to fill in the blanks with family photos of what my husband told me. It's just that some time ago I was involved in an accident and lost the better part of my memory leading up to that point. My husband filled me in on the details, but I only sort of remember. An accident that happened 20 years ago gave me a case of amnesia that I still haven't fully recovered from yet.
My, I certainly wasn't expecting you to tell us that. I'm terribly sorry I asked. Perhaps we should move on.
I don't know, Bree. It's not that bad. I know I've got more than a few moments in my life that I'd like to forget about altogether.
The whole mess used to bother me, but I've since moved on. There's not much I can really do about it at this point. It's not really that big of a deal. At first it was hard not knowing much about my past, but I've learned to live with it, so drop it. It's been difficult not being able to remember things that everyone else can, like my childhood or my parents, but I've been able to move on with my life.
Don't take this the wrong way, but that's just so weird. From what you're telling us, it sounds like there's a huge stretch of your life that you can't account for.
How could she possibly take that the wrong way, Gabby? I'd like to take this time to apologize on Gabrielle's behalf. Apparently she's been taking notes from the Edie Britt School of Social Etiquette.
All I'm saying is that when you only know about one half of your life, there's no telling when the other half might come back for a visit.
Ladies, what do you say we cut the small talk and get down to business,
I don't want our new neighbor to think I'm a snoop or anything, but I saw Edie do something questionable the other day. You won't think any less of me for divulging this bit of gossip, will you?
No objections here. Spill it, Gabrielle.
I saw her sneaking around and digging through people's mailboxes while I was out jogging.
Really? What was she looking for?
Mailbox? No, it wasn't any of ours. But I thought you should all know.
Oh, maybe the package that we received in our mail? Oh, you all just have to hear what I found in my mailbox. Well, that explains why I found in my mail today, and it wasn't just coupons. What a coincidence, I actually found something strange in my mail not too long ago.
What are you talking about?
Oh, never mind, it's nothing. I found these pills inside an envelope with the initials EB on it. They must be this. So we can choose to not tell them, or we can choose to spill the secret.
Pills? So
So
that's
there's
what you're
this
looking for. I wonder what they
signs
are.
that shows that our friendship with these girls has improved. So you can improve them by sharing secrets with them.
They're probably special extra strength birth control pills. You know, considering how much Edie gets around.
Or maybe it's something she puts in her date's drink to get them all riled up. Wouldn't put it past her.
I definitely feel the love here. After all the comments she was making this morning, I could see Edie doing it. They're probably not diet pills. I bet she drinks Slim Fast. Well then, I should probably hold on to them to keep the men around here safe from Edie.
You are so going to fit in great around here.
I agree completely, and while I would love to stay and continue this discussion, I gotta go before Tom lets the kids play one of his car racing video games again.
So the housewives gather like once per week to gossip and catch
Yeah, I better
on
get
each
going,
other's
too.
lives.
I have some work to do on my book.
You know, I think I found a better way to waste my time than mindless gossiping about the neighborhood tramp, so I'll be on my way as well. It has been such a pleasure meeting you all. I look forward to getting to know you all better. I had to go too, thanks for having me over. I look forward
Your
to
secrets
getting to
button,
know them
indicated by a folder, is where
better.
all of the dirt that you've gathered on other people in the neighborhood is stored.
So here's
Of
the
course, if you
secret.
do anything secret-worthy, it will be listed here as well.
The snooping kitty has allegedly peeking into other people's mailboxes. What could she be looking for? I guess we'll find out. Let's speed this up a little bit. What is she doing? Is she going through our mailbox as well? Let's go and talk to her. Can I help you?
Oh, sorry. This really isn't as bad as it looks.
Really? Because it looks pretty bad. Would you care to explain yourself? From what I hear, this isn't the first time this happened. The ladies told me you had a habit of snooping in other people's mailboxes.
Well, you wouldn't know it yet, but our mailman can be a little absent-minded. I have some important real estate documents that I was expecting days ago.
Oh, the real estate documents. You mean the pills we found in our mailbox? Wait, you mean this package right here? Well, if this happens, I'll make sure to bring them over to you, Edie. What would this package be worth to you? I think we'll just keep the pills for now to ourselves, so we can figure out what the deal is with this package.
Of course. Great idea. Thanks again.
So I think this will be that for
Or want to refer back to
this part, and I will see you guys in the next part. Bye!